Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 13 review. This is a early spoiler special, so I do have to warn you, this is not the complete spoiler. This is the information, and it's a confirmation of sorts. And I want to apologize in advance because tonight's spoiler is going to sound like something that we predicted 6 months ago. So, almost to the letter. So, unless the people over at Spoiling Dead's fan page are trolling us, we are almost exactly to the point of what's going to go down with the Michonne exit. So I'm going to jump on this in 1 second. Let me give a shout out to the Patreon Army. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. And also the PDL sponsors. You guys are phenomenal. Man, I cannot wait to get those PDL survival packs mailed out to each and every one of you. They're going to mail out probably toward the end of next week. So be ready to receive those. If you guys are interested in becoming a Patreon, there is a link down below. And if you guys don't know what Play Dead Live is, join us tomorrow night. You'll see a little bit of PvP action, and then Friday night to start our story. So here it goes, everybody. I know there were side bets, there were conversations, there were, how's this Michonne exit going to happen? There's a small percentage of people thought she was going to die. There was also a large percentage of the population, many of you, that said Michonne is going to go over to the island. She's not going to leave Judith. She's going to come back over, and she's going to fight Alpha. Wrong. None of that's going to happen. So, I'm sorry. You know what? As much flack as I get from some of you guys when I'm wrong about something, I'm going to rub it in just a little bit when I'm right. Right? I mean, I'm due just a little bit. So, and hindsight is an interesting thing, because when things happen, you get like people who predicted something incorrectly, and they'll say, oh, I said that all along. Now, I'm big enough to admit it when I'm wrong about something, and certainly this particular instance, it could not have played out any differently. So anyway, I'm hyping it up quite a bit. If you guys are ready to go, do me a favor, hit this like button. So this is what Spoiling Dead's fan page is officially reporting and confirming. So see if this sounds familiar. They say that Michonne will learn that Rick is still alive while she's at Virgil's Island. Inside a boat that is washed ashore, she finds Rick's boots. Now, we said a belt or a belt buckle, something that belonged to Rick. So, we did not say the boots, but we did say it'd be a Rick item. She also finds a cell phone that looks like some type of drawing on the cell phone of Judith and Michonne. Now, this is where this is going to give you goosebumps of how accurate we were with this one. She radios Judith and tells her that the brave man might still be alive, and Judith encourages her to pursue the possibility. So, she does not come back for Judith. Judith does not leave the show. She calls Judith, and Judith says, go find him. Now, does that sound familiar to anybody? It absolutely does. So like I said, unless Ninja Pancake and Firefly are trolling us, that's pretty much to the letter of what we talked about several months ago. So we got E Beach in the house. Good evening, Army. It's time for Michonne to depart. So Judith will be a mainstay on the show. She does not leave. RJ is left behind as well. Now, I do want to say that what kind of made this work, two things. And there was some gray area when we started talking about this and predicting this. The gray area was, where are they going to be in the Whisper War? So Alpha had to die last week. And if you guys remember about 2 weeks ago, we were starting to funnel it. And how many people were here for the stream where we were laying it out and we said, all right, so based on the timetable, Michonne's probably going to leave in 13, so that means the only way it's possible is that Alpha dies in 12, and then they skip an episode, and then Beta comes back, and he's going to be ballistic, and then in 14, they're probably going to kill Rosita or another big death, and then 15 will be the end of most of the Whisper War, and then 16 apparently is where we're going to start telling the next story, which could be Maggie's intro and could be a link to Commonwealth. So it all kind of made sense. There's only so much you can get in 5 episodes, right? So it definitely seemed to make sense. So how does Michonne find Lucille? Rick, I guess. That's a good question, Bug. Don't have that information for you. It's probably just something that Virgil's been out there collecting. I still think that there's going to be another run-in with Virgil. See, I'm gonna do a mini bold prediction. Because there has to be more story that's told once she gets on the island. So, and if you guys could see this going down something like this, let me know. So Michonne and Virgil sort of semi-trust each other. But when Michonne gets over there and she finds out that there's something of Rick's there, of course she's going to blame Virgil, right? So she's going to probably have him almost near death because, where did you get this? You can see Michonne doing this, right? And then Virgil's going to kind of give you like, I don't know. I found this boat. We came here. He was already gone. He doesn't know that that Michonne is tied in with Rick, right? It's a small world. So I do think Virgil is going to be he's going to be a victim of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You could see that kind of being a subplot, like going down. But I don't think we're going to see anything with Alexandria. And, I think last week they left it in a good spot. Alpha died. Negan and Carol, the story kind of gets told. Judith is safe for now. Beta's still out there on the loose. I think that's a good place to leave it for 2 weeks. And then give Michonne the exit that she deserves. Make it very uplifting. Let her go find Rick. That's going to be enough hype for the audience. And then after we see these clues where she's going to find Rick, we're going to feel good, right? But then we're going to be like, oh, crap. Like next Monday, we're going to be, oh, man, Beta's still out there. So then we got to get back in that story. So they sort of got us on the hook of liking and wanting the Rick Grimes movie even more now that Michonne's out there, which is what we kind of thought was going to happen. But now that Beta's still out there, let's just say Beta's killing somebody, and I think Beta's going to kill some somebodies. I think Beta's going to kill plural. Because if not, we go back to square one where, kind of as we talked about, Beta was not vicious enough, and then what did they do? They had him come in and murder a bunch of people in Alexandria. And then he murdered Gamma. And then he was kind of very sadistic, waiting for her to turn. Well, now that Alpha's gone, Beta's going to have to there has to be that reminder to the group that the war's not quite over. You might have killed Alpha, but there's still a bunch of people out there that want you dead. So I think we're going to see the remnants, the last little bit of bloodlust from Beta before he goes out. Now, whether or not I would love to see Beta on the loose, I'd love to see Beta get away. I don't think they'll do it because I think more of our audience needs Whisperer's closure. They need that arc. But I'm also going to stick with my guns here and say that Negan, in the brief little bit of spoiler information that's out there, I have not heard that Negan is in episode 16. So I still feel like there could be a Negan hiatus or something where maybe they don't want him involved with the group. Maybe he has some ties to the Whisperers. He wants to sort of help them start over, train them, work with them, trust them a little bit. I could see them phasing Negan out at least for a couple episodes until they figure out what they want to do with him next season, if anything. So I would not be surprised to see that Negan arc open-ended for a couple of reasons. One, I just don't think him and Maggie, it's not a good fit for them right now. Just to kind of force Negan's character on Maggie when we know Maggie's coming back. But number two, taking, 6 months off and figuring out the right way if they're going to keep Negan around instead of just rushing him in there, to me also makes a little bit more sense. So now, Valar, here's the thing. Now here's the difference. I know some people had talked about Negan and Lydia. Now, I think Lydia is certainly involved in episode 16. I've heard she is with Daryl and she is with the group in 16. Negan and Magna, I'm not sure about. So I could potentially see Magna leaving with Negan because Magna's kind of like the odd person out. Look, she was a thief. They don't trust her. She just broke up with Miko. She's looking for something a little bit different. I don't see her interacting with her group a whole lot. If I had to guess, I would say it's more likely that Magna and Negan could become some sort of partners or with the Whisperers rather than Lydia. Because I'm pretty sure Lydia I've got some intel on a scene, and at the end of the season, I'm pretty sure Lydia is involved in that as well. We got Gina Rocket Crockett. What's up, Gina? Can't wait to see Michonne go super badass mode. You know, this is going to be all about Michonne. Now, and Gina, I think you got a great point. So, Gina, it appears that they're going to go old school Michonne with telling a little bit of a backstory. They're going to go, Michonne finds what she's been hoping for 8 months. I'm sorry, 8 years, 7 years, 8 months. For us, it's been 8 months, but for her, like 7 years. But it's going to be all that full spectrum of emotions, and we're going to go through those emotions with her. I think it's going to be one of the best character exits ever because, one, Angela Kang is really orchestrating this, so she's the one calling the shots, and Denai's such a well-liked, such a big character that it's going to be big. It's going to be really, really big. We got June Smith in the house. What's up, J Money? She says, hi, Army. Kills. Been busy lately. How about The Walking Dead? Best second half by far. So good. So good right now. Their writers, their showrunner does not disappoint. She does not disappoint. She's been incredible. My only regret is that some of those fans that left after the Negan lineup, that they weren't around to see how great the story got again. I know a few of them are coming back. A few of them are like, you know what? I'm going to catch up on it. I'm going to figure out what's going on because the show is much, much better. But there were some people that left, and they're missing out because this is a great season. We got, what's up, Leprechaun? Good to see you. Leprechaun, do you have the Rosita countdown? Now, now that we've seen the death of Alpha and we know that there's still a lot of Guardians out there, I'm okay with going super bold prediction and saying Rosita's going to officially get the Andrea death. I think Rosita is going to... I just feel like she's going to do it for Coco. That she feels like she's got to sacrifice in order to make sure her family continues. I have not heard that Rosita is in that epic scene at the end either. So, we'll see. I mean, you can't base everything on who's filming and who's not filming. But as they transition to the Commonwealth, yeah, and we kind of knew that D-Style. And that's, when we were narrowing that down, that's sort of how it came into play, right? 13 is Michonne's exit. 14 is going to be kind of the wrath of Beta. Maybe a Rosita death or a big death. 15 is going to be Eugene and Miko and that trip to meet the next group. And 16 is where there's still a few of the Guardians out there, and a few of our people are going to get in some trouble. And that's where supposedly the Commonwealth or Maggie, could be Stephanie from the Commonwealth that shows up, but Maggie still got to come back on board at some point. So I would say it's more likely that Maggie has some connection with the Commonwealth. That's kind of my feeling. But we got a lot of story left to tell. I mean, we've got, once we get through 13, there's still 3 big episodes left. And the Michonne arc will come to at least a temporary close on the television show. So you got a whole lot of beta, and then you got to transition into the Commonwealth 15 and 16. Now, it doesn't mean that 15 cannot be, if I had to guess, all right, I can tell this story sometimes. I got something epic, but I'm only going to tell you guys because when I narrate this a little bit, you guys are going to get a little bit of goosebumps. But I got this visual of how I think it should play out. So if I can get everybody here, pop that like button. I will give you the kill shot, bold, badass prediction right here. But it's when everybody's super focused. And you guys can agree or you can disagree. You can say, hey, that's a cool way. I'd like to see that go down. It is. Ben Tinman says, remember, we just watched one of the best episodes ever, and it had no Rick, no Michonne, no dog. It's all about the story. It is. The story is phenomenal. Do we know if Lauren spotted filming? The answer to that is supposedly, but not like a full episode, like, enough to be at the end of the season. Okay. Here's, based on my past Walking Dead predictions and what they like to do, which episode is usually the best episode? And if you guys remember some of the biggest events that happened, there's one episode that always stands out. Always 15. It's always 15. Okay. So, because they reel you in with 15 and then they give you absolutely, you guys are certainly on point with this. So here's what I think is going to go down. Michonne leaves in 13, which is going to be good. Beta gets the upper hand again in 14. But 15 is where I think Rosita dies. And I'm going to tell you why, as D Styles just said a minute ago. How cool would this be, and from a story perspective, if they're telling, all right, you guys ready for this? Sit down. If they're telling 2 stories at the same time. Remember, Eugene was talking to Stephanie on the radio. And when he was talking about Rosita, he said, well, yeah, she certainly is a very good friend, and I hope one day that you'll get the pleasure of meeting her. Right? It was all about that story. It's about Eugene talking about how it'd be so nice for Stephanie to meet Rosita. And then we get the Eugene and the Rosita story where she's like, kiss me. Kiss me. Come on, kiss me. And he didn't. So this Eugene story and Rosita is coming to an end. So how epic would it be is if Rosita is taking her steps toward the cliff and she's about to sacrifice herself, and then they switch to the story and Eugene is getting closer to that introduction to Stephanie, and then they switch back and Rosita's about to die and Eugene is about to move to a whole different arc. And as Rosita sacrifices herself, we get the realization as viewers that they're never going to meet, and that Rosita dies, but Eugene doesn't know at that moment it's happening. So it's almost like happening at the same time, right? Rosita goes off the cliff, and you kind of see it in slow motion, and the walkers follow, and then Eugene kind of gets this smile on his face, and he gets this uncomfortable thing like I wish like he knows she's dead or she just died. You guys know what I'm saying? You kind of feel that vibe. Wouldn't that be a great story? I mean, it would be a sad story, but wouldn't it also be a great story to really tell it and then know that Rosita just gave up everything so Eugene could have a relationship, so Coco could grow up in a different world, so everything And I think that would be a great tragic ending for Rosita. For me, that would be a great, like, wow. She got like what not what she deserved, but as an actor, she got like a great ending. Ben the Tin Man. If right the comics, Tower Death happens while the herd is on the way to assault Alexandria. So yeah, just something I'm kind of rolling around in my mind. But to Johnny, why would she kill herself? Because they only killed Alpha. What you guys have to realize, there's still thousands and thousands of walkers out there. Killing Alpha just stirred the bees up. And I think as viewers, we've got this mindset like, oh, you cut off the head of the snake and the rest of it's going to die. Well, maybe eventually, but not right now. Beta's mad as hell, man. So if one person can take out all that herd, and that's the only way that they can survive it, somebody's got to step up and make the sacrifice. Let's not fool ourselves into thinking that our group is safe and that herd is just going to go away because Alpha's not there. That's not the way it's going to go down. So we're going to get a nice Michonne story, and then we're going to go right back into all hell is going to break loose because Beta is not tiptoeing his way in ballet shoes. Beta is coming in there and he's running over. I mean, he is going to kill whatever. You just ripped out Beta's heart. If you thought he was going to Alexandria before, he's going to be like times 10. It's going to be ridiculous. Now, the Tower Death, Ben, I've been thinking about that a little bit. I don't know that we're going to get the Tower Death. And the reason I don't think we'll get the Tower Death is because we already got the Tower tease with the Eugene in the tower and falling and hurting his leg. So I think they kind of played their hand with that one. So I don't know. I mean, we could still get it. But to me, it would be a little bit redundant to do something like that again. It's good thoughts, though. Good thoughts. I don't know. The more I thought about sometimes you have to judge the show based on what the characters are doing, some of what they're filming, and some of what makes sense for the story, right? They did not give us those Rosita closure moments for nothing. They didn't give us those closure moments to have her and Father G go back and raise Coco. In fact, it might be Eugene and Stephanie that raised Coco. Got a couple super chats in here. We got Moonshot. How do you think Beta finds out about Alpha? Maybe on a pike or what? That's a good point. Carol might put Alpha's head on a pike. Carol might shot put it over to Beta. Say, hey, big man, look at this. Maybe they use it as a way to scare them and they think that that's going to stop them. And it might only, I don't see Beta surrendering. So it's probably just going to stir the hornet's nest a little bit. We got Amanda T. I love y'all so much. And here, I need this week. You got it. Absolutely. We got Walking Dead this week. We got Play Dead Live tag team matches tomorrow night. Tune in for that at 9 o'clock. And a great exit to Michonne. Deadly Dimes. I feel like Beta will be worse than Alpha. I feel like in the consolidation, Dimes, that he will do more in a short period of time. But the only way he can ever be worse than Alpha, with a couple episodes to go, is if he doesn't die. If he gets away and he's just always out there lurking. For that reason, I would keep him alive. But, we've already seen a little bit of that, right? I mean, remember Beta getting kicked down in the elevator shaft, and then, at that moment, everybody's thinking like, oh, Daryl just won. And then you see Beta moving. So, yeah, I don't know that you can put him in a twisted ending to where it's unsure. But, maybe Maggie kills him. Maggie kills him and saves Judas somehow. All right, June brought up a great point. Look, I don't criticize The Walking Dead much because I thought last episode was phenomenal, but this is a strong but. If I were to nitpick one little part, all right, I feel bad doing this. Can I do it without you guys overreacting? I mean, look, I know you guys have been subscribers to this channel for a long time, and I don't want to ruin my welcome here. But if I can just make one small little one little call out of something that I thought was a little cheesy. That's all. Okay. It was what June just brought up. It was the fact that they had to bring closure to the Beta being a country music star. I didn't like that. I thought it was unnecessary. Colby Dennis, a Rick, Michonne, Judith fight scene versus the Walkers would be awesome to see in the movies. Or if it ever happened, just random thoughts. Yeah, if we can get to the movie. And let me go back to that. Thank you, Colby. Appreciate that. Let me go back and tell you why. One, we saw the album in Fear the Walking Dead, so we already knew. But the guy said something along the lines of this. And I'm ad-libbing again, but if you guys know the exact word, it's fine. But it was almost like, it's you. It's you. It's always been you. I thought I recognized your voice. Now, if Beta's singing, his singing voice is not the same as his whisper voice, right? Like, one voice is probably going to be along the lines of, you will not betray Alpha. Like that, right? But then his album is probably like, I got a little change in my pocket going jing-a-ling-a-ling. Want to call you on the telephone, baby, and give you a ring. Now, I don't think that Beta is doing that. So when he goes and says, I thought I recognized your voice, I had a little problem with that. And I know I'm nitpicking, but he's a country music singer, and now he's whispering. So it's not like he's taking the mask off and having a normal conversation. I thought it was unnecessary closure. That's the only thing. Other than that, it was perfect. It's a perfect episode. All right, I got a couple of super chats. I just wanted to be silly and kind of point that one thing out, that they brought so much closure and so much good to that episode. And I warned you guys in advance. It was going to be nitpicking, and it's not a big deal, but it's just something that I thought about when I was checking off the list. Like, wow, they did this. That was great. They did this. And I'm like, whoa, he just killed that guy. He was just a fan of your albums, man, and you just killed him. All right, we got Will the Bill. Whoa, Will going crazy super chat mode. Oh, by the way, you guys see some of these big super chats, and absolutely appreciate you guys. But any super chats, you guys play Dead Live, they turn into packs. We do pack openings for our online game. So Will picking up a couple boxes there of Play Dead Live actual gaming cards in-game and then turns into some out-of-game stuff as well. So thank you so much, Bill. But I'm going to get, or Will, Will the Bill. I can't even say your name anymore. It says Maggie's going to come back to a whole different world. Yes. And Will, I think not only is she going to come back to a whole different world, the big thing to keep in mind is Maggie's also going to introduce them to a different world. Maggie has experienced a lot over those last 7 years that the group doesn't know anything about. So I think where she might come in is like, okay, who are these crazy people that are cutting off people's heads? She would probably also be able to go in and say, look, there's a lot more out there that you guys have to get ready for. You think this is something. See, we don't know what all Maggie's experienced. When they talk about it being a much bigger world, just a few of the stories, Will, that she'll be able to tell might be, look, I don't know it's going to compete with the Whispers because they're creepy, but she might have some stuff to contribute that piques our interest a little bit, that makes us want to get to the next season. Like, okay. Or a Rick tidbit. You know what? If all next season is them trying to find Michonne and Rick, that there is a tie-in somewhere. So I think there's a lot of good things they can do with it. Get a couple more super chats here. We got Tom Ferreira. What if Aaron kills Beta? I'm only saying that. And Mary had a few conversations. No, Tom, I don't think that's a bad prediction at all. Aaron could definitely fight Beta. And I think that would raise Aaron's stature going into next season as well. Aaron has already turned in the corner a little bit, and he's getting a lot of respect from people. But a Beta kill would certainly go a long way with that. You know, do we need Beta dead? And that's the question I want to ask you guys. How many of you know? And I asked this question the other day, and I got mixed responses. I'm asking, how many of you have to have Beta dead in the Whispers, get the arc over with, move on? And how many people are like, it is kind of cool to have that extra little fear factor in the background? Leave your thoughts and comments. Julia Muse, and I'm sorry, but wouldn't they be able to tell who he was with the mask on? He's huge. Yeah, I mean, Julia, I agree. I mean, I think it's part of that. Sometimes you tell the story and you just got to bring way too much and end everything. And I felt like they were just trying to cram too much story into that part of it. That's all. That everything else was good. Jim Stone. Thank you, Jim Stone. Picking up, we got early packs already, Kel. We already got a couple boxes lined up for Saturday's pack opening. So we're in good shape. So some people are saying lurking villain. Some people are saying kill Beta. Some people are saying don't kill Beta. Tom says maybe Aaron and Negan come to terms with each other and team up and kill Beta. That wouldn't be a bad thing either. I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know what Negan can do at this point to be fully accepted with every person in the community. And there's people that have done some pretty bad stuff still in the community. But I just don't know. I think it's just, there's too many memories of that Glenn and Abraham situation for him to be fully redeemed. I think everything he's done is good since then, but yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you see all that. Hearing about it is one thing, seeing it is another. We got Ben the Tin Man. Beta ends up being revealed as lead singer Matchbox 20. Yes, Beta is Rob Thomas. That's the way it went down. You have his own custom lyrics, right? We'll think of some. We will add our own Beta lyrics. We got Deadly Dimes. Thank you, Deadly Dimes. Deadly Dimes getting on the board with the Saturday pack opening. And in addition, like I said, if you guys play Dead Live, join us for some PvP tomorrow. Join us for the story. Hang out with us on Friday. We tell a great story. And then Saturday, we're going to have a huge, huge pack opening. You guys probably, some of you have been here since we did Walking Dead Road to Survivals and remember some of the big pack opening events we did and some of the gameplay. Some of you guys have been here since we've been doing app games. We've been doing Walking Dead for about 4 years, so many of you have been Walking Dead fans. Our game combines a lot of those elements into one role-playing game. So I'd love to have some of you guys pop in and hang out with us. Busy Bee, Beta and Negan need to go to Fear. I would be okay with it. I would not have no problem. But let me say this, Busy Bee. You can bring, and I'm sorry to the showrunners, Ian and Andrew. You could bring Rick Grimes to Fear the Walking Dead, and if you write that crappy script that they had last season, it will not matter who is there. You could bring Shane back from the dead, have Merle show up, Glenn, Abraham, and Rick all walk in there with leather jackets like the Lords of Flatbush on motorcycles, and if they write a story the way they wrote last year, it's not going to work. They need to tell a better story. It was long, it was drawn out, it was too feel good, it was too, let's paint some trees. I mean, you can put them over there, but this season for Fear is a make or break season for Fear. And Gimple knows that. He absolutely knows that. Even in interviews, he said there were some things that we did to set up this season. All right, there's your pass right there. So as fans, we've said, all right, yeah, we set through last season. It wasn't very good. You're telling us you're gonna bring it this year. So now it's on those guys. I think they can. I really think they can. I think they found out what didn't work last year. I loved moving Dwight over there. I like Morgan, but you got to get more. Jenny from the block was just not. She needs to up her game. She's gonna need to be a villain like Alpha. They need it over there. We got Gemstone. The Walking Dead is good when some of the biggest critics left after the lineup and recently came back and are loving the show. Gemstone, there's a couple good points with that. Thank you for that super chat as well. The critics have certainly loved the season. Rotten Tomatoes has given it some of the best reviews they've ever given The Walking Dead. And the fan base coming back, it could be for a lot of reasons. One, it got better. Two, some people probably left prematurely in the first place. It has been around for a long time. But three, I don't think there's a whole lot of great television on there right now. So I think all of those factors, it's not to discount. I think The Walking Dead's been phenomenal this season. But I also think that there are less good TV choices right now. So it's sort of, it builds it a little bit extra. And they're able to get away with some of those 7-minute commercial blocks. That commercial block last week. Wow. That was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a commercial block. After like 6 commercials, I'm thinking like, man, do I still have time to go grab a Red Bull from the fridge? It was just, and it just kept going on and on and on. It started out, it was like a Geico, and then it went Truvada for prep, and then now it was another company that apparently bought Truvada, and the same actor. I don't know. They had like this Truvada commercial that was literally about 2 minutes long by itself. So, yeah, it was almost like a Super Bowl ad. Jason Craig, The World Beyond, going to be hard to watch. Jason, I would disagree with you. And it's okay. We don't all have to agree about the same things, right? I think The World Beyond is going to be fun to watch. I'm as excited about The World Beyond as I was when Fear the Walking Dead first came out. And the fact that it's 2 seasons, I didn't love that announcement, to be honest. I didn't like that they said where it was going to end. But it also tells me that they got an end game in mind, that they got a purpose that they want to get it up to. But what I think is going to happen with The World Beyond that is going to keep viewers, I got a feeling that's going to be your Easter egg show. The World Beyond is going to be where they give you all those hints about who might be tied in with the group. It sets up a lot of good stuff. So I would just hold tight for that. Oh, hold on, everybody. How did I miss this in the beginning? I should have started with this, right? But Gina Crockett, thank you so much. Can we get everyone to light up the stream and birthday wishes to our own amazing mod, Julia Muse? Hope you had a wonderful birthday. So, you guys know, on your birthday, we can say happy birthday, but it's really not our jobs, right? It's not my job on your birthday anymore. It's not my job on your birthday anymore. There you go, Julia Muse. Thank you so much. One of our incredible mods. How about not only Julia Muse, how about a shout out for Julia Muse, Tommy the Tank, Ben the Tin Man, Amy, Bones Ferrero, and Kel. What an awesome, awesome group. Keeping us going strong this season, right? I mean, these mods have been working overtime and triple time with all the stuff we got going on now between spoilers, sneak peeks, bold predictions, our trivia season when we started it out in January, the time and energy everybody's putting in Play Dead Live. Our channel is just, it is clicking right now. It is phenomenal. You guys are just growing it beyond compare. And those mods, the commitment they have is unlike anything we've ever seen. So thank you so much for all the stuff you guys do. And a special, special thank you to Julia the Mod Muse, doing a great job. So Will the Bill, Julia. There you go, Will. Thank you so much. Valar. Oh, look. See, now we're kicking it in high gear, Julia. Now you're just bragging. So, Valar, thank you as well. Happy birthday, Julia Hun. Many blessings. So let me take this moment. You guys are new. This is what we do. We try to be the most connected, fun-loving group of Walking Dead fans out there. Yeah, there's bigger forums. You know, there's and nothing wrong in Spoiling Dead's fan page, but it's a forum, right? You type something and then somebody types it, and I've seen it. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's angry, sometimes they block people. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. The one thing that we do a little bit differently is we want to do this live, and we just want to get everybody's opinions and everybody's thoughts. So there's times that I will call on people, but even if I don't get your comment, know that people are reading your comments either in the stream or the playback, and one of our typical streams for The Walking Dead gets around 5,000 comments. I mean, that's a lot of interaction that you guys have. So, and I will tell you, out of the 5,000 comments, about 4,950 of them are respectable and team-oriented. They're not rude. They're not sexist. They're not people just coming in here being idiots and insulting people's opinions. We want people to come in, and we want you guys to not be afraid to make a prediction or say something, but just do it respectfully, right? So certainly want to thank all of you guys for building just a very mature, very awesome group. So Tom Buck for the Rick Grimes films, the tagline has got to be, "The world's going to need Rick Grimes." I'm going to be pissed if they don't. It is a bigger world, Tom, so I'm okay with your tagline. I'd like it. Jumpstone, happy birthday, sweet Julia. And, wow, you guys are already buying packs for Julia in advance. Will the Bill, did I really just super chat happy birthday and didn't write happy birthday? Happy birthday. Yes, you did. And you absolutely did. But you just made up for it. All right. Wow, you guys got me off track a little bit. No worries. I think we're in a good spot. I think the story is with Michonne. We'll reel it back in a little bit to Michonne, because I know we want to talk about what's next with the Commonwealth and what's going on with Maggie. But let us not forget, I mean, one of the most respected actors on the show is leaving. It's going to be a little bit tough. She doesn't have quite the popularity of Rick Grimes. I mean, nobody does, right? But you got to think, wouldn't it kind of go like as popularity? Rick, Daryl, Carol, Michonne, kind of both in that third spot. I mean, I wouldn't say Michonne is more popular than Daryl, but certainly, she's one of the top 5 characters on the show. So, yeah, I haven't been putting a lot of thought into it. It's just you're going to have this realization like, wow, it's going to hit us. It's going to hit us all at once, like how much we appreciate the toughness in this character. Now, I'll say from a tough as nails standpoint, I don't know there's anybody tougher on the show than Michonne. Rarely have you ever seen her in like any moment of weakness. What a tough character. Gemstone, just realized that Michonne can bring Rick his boots back. Rick in his boots. Yeah. Well, we're going to need one of those reaction streams, one of those therapy streams that we have every once in a while. We had it with Carl. We had it when Rick left. But the Rick leaving was at least a little bit uplifting because we knew he was going to leave, and we just wanted confirmation he wasn't going to die. And I think once we got that confirmation, you had mixed emotions. Like, you knew he was gone from the show, but Ben brought it up a little bit ago. The show survived. I mean, they've done better with better writing since Rick has been gone. And we know how good Andy is, and we know how big of a part of the story Rick was, but everybody else has just done an amazing job. Maybe Rick didn't take his boots off. Maybe somebody else took them off. They might have gotten rid of all his old clothes. Maybe they had to spray him down before they took him to the wherever they took him. Yeah, now we're going to be like, really, how did Rick lose his boots? Yeah, we're going to be digging down into that really good. So, Clownbox wants to know, where the hell is Dog? Norman said that when Dog is not on the set, he misses him, but said that Dog would be back in a very heroic way. Now, figure out what you can figure out. I know it's cryptic. I know it's code. I guess they thought it's better for us to, with all the action going on, it's better just to let us wonder a little bit, let Dog be in safety. But this is the thing I'm going to tell you. If they bring closure to the Beta country music story, they better bring closure to Dog. Now, if Dog kills Beta, there you go. That would be heroic, wouldn't it? Ooh, oh man. I just had a bad thought. I'm not telling you guys. I just had a terrible thought. Because then you guys are going to be pissed off at me. Angel, he took off the boots when he was on the boat, making out with June Smith. Why did he take his boots off? Could have left his boots on. Really? Oh, my God. All right. Deadly Dimes. Happy birthday, Julia. Okay. All right, I'm going to give you an alternative to Rosita. Go ahead and hate me now. If Rosita isn't the one who leads him over the cliff, what if it's Dog who is barking and leads them to follow him over the cliff? Wouldn't that be, oh my gosh. See, I didn't even want to say that, but when somebody said, where's Dog, I've been kind of thinking, one, oh boy, yeah. I mean, if he just knew that he was saving the group and he was just barking, oh my goodness. All right, let me ask you guys. If you had to choose between Rosita dying off the cliff or dog, which one would you rather die? Leave your thoughts and comments in this video. Who would you rather see exit the show, dog or Rosita? I'm sorry, I had to ask. We got Ben. If Beta loses life to dog, it's kind of like the ultimate country song. That would be. That would be like, I never thought about it like that. That's a good point. Amanda Tomlin kills. Can you do my accent again, please, as Maggie? I can. I can't do it if I think about it. It'll have to be spontaneous, Amanda. All right. You know, the majority of the group would rather see Rosita. Rosita, who has Father G and a baby at home. You guys are cruel. You guys would rather see Rosita die than dog. Rosita, not dog. Yeah. Oh boy. It's scrupulous, right? I mean, it's a tough answer either way. That's a good point. Rosita, and see, Chris, I was pointing this a little bit earlier, and then I started talking about another Walking Dead topic. But yeah, that's part of the out of the show real life stuff. I mean, we know that Christian Serratos has another job, and we know that she's going to be spending time with that. Now, it doesn't mean that people can't have two gigs going on at the same time. They can, but I'd say it's more likely that Rosita ends her arc and then goes on and does her other stuff. Right, Amanda? Now, if Amanda and Maggie were to get together and discuss that, it would probably be something like, Keels, now, that dog dying, that'd be wrong. But if it was Rosita and Rosita had another job, well, that'd be right. Right? That would be kind of a combination of Amanda Tomlin and Rosita. They're like super, super deep south. Like my little cousins. But Keels, I just thought of this, and I had to text it to you with my voice because I ain't texting and driving, which is good. I'm not mocking you for not texting. That part I appreciate. So if you guys heard the Amanda Tomlin, that is her voice, and it was actually she sent me a voice text because she was not texting and driving, which is very responsible. So thank you. Will the Bill. What about dog? And then Daryl has a zombie dog following him like Michonne. Come on, Will. Really? All right. You guys can take this out on Finney. I'm going to read this again. See, I had the bullseye on me for a second, so I'm going to put the bullseye squarely on Will the Bill. Listen at this chat. Listen at this. What about dog dying and then Daryl has a zombie dog following like Michonne's walker? Will. Okay, they're coming after you now, Will. Thank you, Bonnie. Bonnie. See, Amanda, your tag team partner's got your back. Yeah, that is like, I don't know. I don't know what part of North Carolina that's from, but that's like Hickory. That's like the Hickory part of North Carolina. You know, Hickory's like in the sticks. Will's going to start ducking now. Well, Julia, I think you're from Texas, so yours would not be difficult at all. Julia says, oh my God, I need to send Kills a voice message just to have him imitate me. Bug, dog can be like the ultimate babysitter for Coco. He can. See, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on the dog story now. Now, very much like we talked about Christian Serratos. Is it, sometimes it's a hassle to film animals in TV shows too long because, one, they either grow up. Number two, they don't cooperate. Number three, something happens to them, which I don't want to say. You guys know I love pets, and I have a very sensitive spot toward pets. But I'm just saying that sometimes it's a lot of work for an animal to be on set all the time. So if they write dog off of the show, it would be easier for them, for sure, than to keep telling the story because it is a challenge. Has Tommy posted the video, by the way? I see you guys talking about twerking Tommy the Toxic Tank, one of our moderators. So I know it's completely un-Walking Dead related, but is there a video up? Oh, not yet. Okay. All right, well, if you guys need added incentive to check out our Facebook fan page, one of our moderators is he's a big Philly guy, like Beta, and apparently he was motivated to sing Toxic by Britney Spears while doing a boy band dance on the back streets of Philly and also turning it into a twerk. Now, I don't know where people come up with these crazy ideas. Certainly would not be something that I would push and condone, but he wanted to do it. He volunteered on his own. But yes, if you guys want to see that when it's unveiled, I might put it as an introduction to one of our videos. If you guys would like to see that in as an intro to one of the videos, if you guys would like to see one of our moderators doing a little bit of boy band twerking, dancing, and just let me know. Just type it in chat right now. That is our very own Tommy. Going to get a lot of attention, Tommy. We got Deadly Dimes for Rocket. Thank you. So thank you, Deadly Dimes. Appreciate that. We got some trades going on. Got a lot of fun. But certainly, everybody, we are here to have a good time. I know we started out talking about The Walking Dead. We started out talking about spoilers. And where we end up, you never know. You never know what we're liable to talk about. This is it's kind of like a freestyle Friday. Little bit of everything. All right, Tommy, you got a lot of people interested in your dance moves. So you guys can check it out once it's up on the Facebook fan page, or check out one of the videos we do here. I'll put it in as an intro. We got Will the Bill. I just need everyone to start calling a shopping cart a buggy, please. I'm all alone on that one. I can ask, Will. Chris, I don't dance every time I sing, but I will tell you, because we're going to wind the stream down in a little bit, but, I do want those Walking Dead fans, if you guys don't know what Play Dead Live's all about, or you don't know kind of how we do things a little bit and some of the good times that we have. I mean, our group absolutely destroyed some events a couple weeks ago, and then we did kind of our own theme song, right? So I'll give you guys a quick sneak peek before we end this video, just some of the stuff that we do on Friday nights, so you have an idea. Right? That's how we do it. And it's not a buggy. It's a shopping cart wheel. All right, just give you a little sneak peek. That's what it's all about. We get together. All right, and I keep my commercials to 20 seconds. It's not like a 8-minute long Truvada for prep commercial. See, I get kind of that quick little video plug in there and tell you, hey, we have a good time playing Play Dead Live. If you guys want to hang out with us, watch a little bit of the show, check out some of our Friday night live streams that we do. It is real-time role-playing. We're having an absolute blast. People, a lot of support, a lot of strategy, just a good time. And I think, now's a good time for people to get together and have a good time with each other. So with that, we're going to wind this thing down. We're right at an hour. So let me give a couple more shout-outs. Give a shout-out to Tom Bug Ferreira. Says, either way, regardless if Rosita or dog dies, you're still going to be sad. It's like choosing to get hit in the groin or poked in the eye. It sucks. It's a rough comparison, Tom, but yes, neither one of them are good. And thank you so much to Bonnie. Appreciate that. Victory spoils a war. So can I wind it down with a sneak peek of what we did for last week? Last week's victory music. And then we'll close this stream down. It is time for shout-outs, right? All right. Here you go. You guys saw the sneak peek from last week. How about you know what? I don't have it loaded. I lied to everybody. No. With that being said, how about I just shout out everybody? We haven't done that in a long time. I didn't have the video loaded. So, hey, I want to thank everybody for being here. You guys are phenomenal. This is The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 13 review, early spoiler reveal. Tonight we talked a lot about Michonne's exit, a lot about the future of The Walking Dead, some birthday shout-outs, shout-out again to Julia Muse, and just in general, getting together and having a good time. So there's a lot of things going on with everybody, but there's also a lot of good things that go on each and every day. Let's appreciate all the good stuff. Be safe with all the challenging stuff that we're dealing with, and we're always going to be here every night. So if you guys need a chance to get away, you need to laugh, you need a shoulder to cry on, shoot me a message. Get together, hang out with our group. We certainly we want to be here and lend all the support and everything we can in some of the trying times that's out there. How about everybody give me a quick 999? Let me do some shout-outs. I want to shout out all of our Patreon army. Credible group of people support this channel for 3-4 years. If you guys want to be a Patreon, there's a link down below. Our PDL sponsors in the top right-hand corner. All the PDL sponsors get this real cool thing called a survival pack. You guys can sign up or check out on the Facebook fan page in about a week or so when you see people start to do these openings. Going to have some gear, going to have some unique items, going to have some real-life trading cards of some of these people that are in chat right now playing their characters. Our moderators, as I said, Julia, Amy, Tommy, Ben, Kel, top-notch, great group of people. That green team right there, green team is killing it. We got super fans of the month. I'm going to shout out our super fans. We got Deadly Dimes. We got Father Ron. We got B-Dub. And we got Chris and Darlene Rainig. Great group of people. Long-time support. Love you guys. Thank you for everything that you guys do. And now a whole bunch of 999s. I was a little bit delayed on it. So everybody here, close it out. I want to say what's up to Rebecca Mendez, Angel Trigger, Ocean Man, Jim Stone. I see you. Sean Stillwell. Thank you so much, Sean. Appreciate you. Give me all those 999s, everybody. Let's bring it home. We got Superman, Matt, Bat, the Ninja Man. A lot of stuff there, Matt. Mary Manhart, thank you so much. Gina Rocket Crockett, Busy Bee, RJ Guerrero. Aloha, RJ. Good to see you. Viola McGowan, thank you. Miss the Ninja, Samantha Coombs, thank you. Hippo in the house, always. Singer Chick, thank you, Crystal. Good to see you. Jane Fogel, appreciate you. Absolutely, man. Love to see all you guys here every night. Thank you, Brandy Post. Heart of Nixie. That's our group right there, everybody. Football Master, Chuck and Churl, thank you. Lisa Marie, good to see you. Diana C., always a pleasure. Ben the Tin Man. Moonshot, shout out to Tiny Tank, absolutely. We're going to keep him at Tiny Tank, though. There's no way we're going to call him Little Tommy, the mini tank twerking toxic. No, you only get that name, Tommy, we're leaving mini man bun out of this. Thank you, Sheila B. Good to see you. And those of you doing PvP and Play Dead Live tomorrow night, there is a schedule posted on our fan page. Get over and check out the schedule. That was a big relief to have that schedule posted in advance so you guys can know who you're going up against. I'll have inventory up to you guys tomorrow. Lynn Nesvick, thank you. Lynn Nesvick is our PDL super fan. She is like in every PDL stream cheering everybody on. So thank you. Appreciate that. All right, everybody, with that being said, thank you. You guys all have a phenomenal night. I will see you here. I'm going to start streaming tomorrow a little bit early, 8 to 8:30. I want to do a little bit of Q&A and get everybody ready. We will be starting the official matches at 9 o'clock. We're going to do some bundles tomorrow night as well. But check it out, and looking forward to seeing all of you guys Wednesday night. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.